14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It's Tuesday, and you know what that means.
What will go down as the biggest night in the history of this grand sport?
I mean, it's every week. Every week.
I can't disagree.
Every week, it's going to be the greatest night in the history of our sport. So,
It really is.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 110 of the Just Too Sweet Show. We are coming off the Royal Rumble. We're going to give that a little shout, and we're finally getting back to the old school stuff that we love to do. We're going to bring up an old pay-per-view and break that down and have a lot of fun. We'll also have a special guest star for that. But first, I am Mr. Big Daddy Kultun Tabala. With me, as always, is my tag team partner, Mr. A to Z Eric Zan. Eric, what's up, brother?
Not much. I'm like I'm in a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm wearing milk bone underwear.
But congratulations, you did win the Royal Rumble pool.
I did.
Number 30. You had number 30, Mr. Cody Rhodes.
I did.
Which I have to send you the money, by the way. But yes.
Oh, I won money. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, you won money. Make sure everybody fucking sends you your loot.
Yeah, I got to send somebody else loot too because somebody else won the women's, right?
Yes, we don't know who that is. That's up to Dave because that's one of Dave's friends, so he has to give us that information.
Okay. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I got going so much paying attention to all the drama going on in the Rumble. I forgot about Cody, and then when he came out, I was like, "Oh shit!" Because the Rey Mysterio thing threw me off. Then the Brock Lesnar thing threw me off. But now,
Rey never came in, so hey, he's still alive.
Yeah, and then I was like confused because like now they show the numbers with the name, and I'm like, wow, they never used to do that. Yeah. I mean, it's fine, but it's just I don't know. It's like I was getting overstimulated too because there's so many graphics and so many lights and everything is just like pow, 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 pow. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I haven't watched pay-per-view in a while.
And was that a long-ass aisle to walk down or what?
I liked it. It was long. It was a little too long.
You got to make a left turn and I go down a whole nother aisle. I was like, what the hell is this?
That one was a little too long. I'll give you that. But I liked not having the ramp. I hope they keep going with that. Like, because I think the ramp, the ego ramp sucks. Like,
the ramp is only for TV. That's for TV, really. It's not for pay-per-views, really.
I still think they should get rid of it on TV because I just don't think I think it adds a different. I don't know. Everybody comes out on the ego ramp and does the same thing. It's like it was kind of cool watching them walk through and just going down the aisle again, and like I don't know, it just gave that air of mystery again to the wrestling. So nostalgia. I liked it better
because it was nostalgia.
It was like new age nostalgia, like a new take on it. I kind of liked it. It was a little long. Like I would have shortened it maybe.
Long. It was very. I
would have taken about 40 feet off of it, but like it was. But I thought it was cool. But Jesus Christ, see some of these guys, you can see they're getting mad. Like, oh my God, am I going to get to the ring? Like they'd run, then they'd stop, then they'd walk, then they'd look, and it's like okay, like took forever.
Well, we have special guest number one. If you've watched the show before, you know who he is.
We know this guy, don't we?
Who this man is, making his triumphant return. Mr. Gill, what's going on? And he's rocking the black and the white.
Oh wow, yeah.
Picked up an NWO shirt this weekend, boys.
Nice. Now you can acknowledge us.
always.
Gil, what's going on, man?
And of course, took a picture with the Winged Eagle at the Hogan shop.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That was cool.
That was such an awesome experience. So it was like 2 people in there, and I went up with my girlfriend to Orlando. And
there's never anybody in there. I went there a couple years ago. It was empty.
I mean, well, like when I say nobody, like they weren't like wrestling fans in there. Like I went in there and I'm just like, okay, like I'm looking at everything, I'm pointing out stuff. She's like, I don't know what this is. I'm like, this is the seat from WrestleMania 3 where he slammed Andre the Giant at the Silverdome. Like, it was amazing. But yeah, the guy that worked behind the thing let me take a picture with the Winged Eagle belt because I was like, oh, that's my favorite belt. And he was like, oh, you want to take a picture with it? I was like, fuck yeah, amazing. It was so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, glad to be back,
sweet.
guys. I know I always try, but I do what I can. But I'm here.
It's all right. So, what you think of the Royal Rumble this past weekend?
I finally got to finish it today. I watched the 2 Rumble matches the night of. I watched the championship matches today. Actually, I saw some of the clips on TikTok and Instagram, but I actually got to watch all the matches. I thought the event was pretty good. I know there's a lot of rumors and people wanting certain people to show up in the Rumble match. But I thought what they did for Gunther, for having him have the record to last the longest that everyone's ever lasted in a Rumble match before, I thought that was great. And obviously, I mean, we're not stupid. We knew Cody was going to come back and win it. But the way they did it, I felt was earned. Like, he didn't just come in and just kind of just clean house. Like, he had to have a nice little, 8 to 10 minute kind of scrap with Gunther, which I felt was earned.
Well, I was annoyed that he was 30.
Yeah, I mean,
we know he was going to win, so why bring him in at 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't bother me as much, but I was very happy with it. Because I feel like if you bring in, instead of just having, The Rock come back or someone else come back just to kind of win and not really mean anything, it's better for someone like Gunther, who's been having an incredible year, to get that shine and get that spotlight, and also other spots too, like with what Logan Paul did with Ricochet, and which was crazy, and a lot of other stuff, which I thought was really good too. And the women's match I thought was good. Definitely Rhea, winning, but also same thing. Kind of had it, she was kind of the favorite going in, but I thought the way that they ended it with her and Asuka and sorry Tim, I know you love her, but Liv had to go.
Hey, she went a long time.
Yeah, she did really well.
She went a long time, so I was proud of her. It's okay. But overall, let me ask you, Eric, let me ask you something, because Gunther seems to me like he'd be your dude. He's an old school. He's a brawler. He kicked some major ass in this past Rumble, and I was actually on board Team Gunther this weekend. I thought he was fantastic. What did you think of Gunther?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. He's like a Lou Thez era wrestler. No knee pads, plain trunks, plain boots. Yeah. He's not built. You know what I mean? He doesn't look.
He lost a lot of weight though.
He doesn't look terrible, but he's not jacked. He's like an old school wrestler, and he wrestles like an old school wrestler. He chops, he punches, he forearms, he knees. So it's kind of cool. It's refreshing to see that. And I mean, the WWE must have a lot of stock in him, because to let him, he's the Intercontinental Champion, but let alone they let him do that. That's saying a lot. So yeah, I was into it. I was definitely. There was times I was going to be like, holy fuck, this guy's still in there. And I'm like, is he going to win? But then when I find, like I was telling you, when it came to me that Cody wasn't in yet, I'm like, wait a minute. Then I got thinking oh, fuck, I got a chance to win this thing. It's like, okay, but, Brock, I don't know. But Gunther was cool, dude. Well, I really enjoyed Gunther a lot.
I don't know. I watch him, and he reminds me, like you said, he reminds me of what you want from wrestling these days, because he's an old school brawler, and he's good. He's talented.
He's a big dude too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
All right. Aside from the Rumbles, we know Rhea Ripley announced last night. As a matter of fact, she's going after Charlotte Flair on the SmackDown title. Cody Rhodes look, we all know what belt he wants. He's been talking about it since he came back. He doesn't want the Universal. He wants that title that he eluded his dad for so many years, eluded his brother, eluded him. He's going to go after the world title. How do you see this playing out, though? Because, again, there's so many rumors. The Bloodline, we'll talk about in a second, broke up a lot sooner than I thought they were going to. I thought they were going to make it past this pay-per-view at least. They did not. Who do you want to see go after the Universal title now? Will it be Sami Zayn going after him, you think? You think he's ready for that? Gil, go ahead. I know you.
Go ahead, Gil.
I think isn't the next pay-per-view in Canada? I think.
Yeah, Montreal Elimination Chamber. Exactly. That kind of tells the story.
Yeah. I mean, that whole segment was incredible. Like,
the match I thought was lackluster. It was a typical Roman Reigns, match.
The only problem was that if he hadn't wrestled Kevin Owens like three times previously in the same situation, it would have been fine. But he's already wrestled him like 4 times at this point for the title, so I wasn't expecting Kevin to win. But definitely that last spot where he threw his head against the steel steps, that was rough.
That was rough.
I was like, wow. Like, Kevin's tough, but that for anyone to take a bump like that on the back of your head to hit the steel steps, that hurts a lot.
Twice or 3 times?
Twice.
Yeah.
But for me, I wasn't really focusing on that. I was really focusing on the reactions of Sami Zayn and everyone else, like Paul Heyman, because there were little things that he was doing in the match that, like when he gave Roman the chair, and it almost cost him the match, and then Paul Heyman kind of looked at him and walked over, like, "What the hell are you doing?" Mm-hmm. He said, "The story stuff like that, for me was the more interesting part." And that last like 10, 15 minutes of the show where Roman's going to take him out, Kevin Owens with the chair. And then Sammy's like, no, you've done enough. Like, it's okay. It's beneath you. And then he's like, oh, you're right. You do it. He said, you're going to do it. And it was just like, as soon as the cameraman went back and Roman turned his back, I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen. Like, literally, he reacted the same way when Seth Rollins hit him with the chair to break up the Shield. I mean, but that reaction that Sammy got was incredible. That was like
no one is over. If you would have told me 2 years ago that the most over heel is Roman Reigns and the most over face is fucking Sami Zayn, never would have believed you. Never would have believed you.
But even Roman's reaction too, like they were like, "Fuck you, Roman!" Like it was legit. Like all the heat.
Well, dude, I know how much you love super kicks, Eric. Now that they're not really a finisher anymore, we had a super kick party with Kevin Owens strapped to the ring. They beat the piss out of him. I mean, that was brutal. It was brutal.
That was terrible.
It was brutal. I was like, whoa.
It was the laziest spot I think I've ever seen anybody call in my life.
Well, you don't like 15 super kicks in a row?
Something like that.
Dude, you're just fucking lazy. These are Samoans, man. They're fucking wrestling machines. What the fuck is going on?
Super kicking in sneakers, boy.
No fucking way. They're tough bastards. They should be beating the fuck out of you. Fucking throwing you down. Samoan drop, splash off the top rope, fucking all this shit. Fuck Roman Reigns.
Oh, don't turn on Roman now. Don't turn on Roman.
And acknowledge him.
I never turned with him. I like Joe as a person. I met him when he was a kid. Pretty sure I did. Look, don't take it the wrong way. I met a lot of Samoan kids, and I'm pretty sure he was one of them because
Eric is secretly in the bloodline.
I kind of am. I was trained by them. Like, I
might as well.
Me and Joel were whatever they call white people.
Ohana family, like that's Hawaiian. Ohana, right?
Oos, Ohana, Oos.
You're a
That's
white
a brother, I guess. Yeah, Oos.
You're a white Oos. You're a
I'm a white Oos. I'm a Oos.
You're a Woos.
You're just missing a tribal tattoo.
I'm
like, on your face, like on your back.
And I don't eat raw fish and shit like that, so whatever. But no, I you know what? I think Roman. He's. It looks like he's trying too hard to be an asshole because he's really not an asshole. He's really a cool guy. And he like, because he just looks like he's like, he's like a meathead. Like, he's not supposed to be a meathead, but he's fucking acting like a meathead. So, like his brother Matt, who I was really good friends with, he helped train me a lot too, and I wrestled him a couple times. Rosie, whatever, superhero training, yeah. Oh, super great guy. Super nice, dude. They're all super nice. That's what I mean. Like, he just looks like he's struggling to be, because you know how like Alpha and Sika and Samu and all the head shrinkers were like, it was easy for him to do. Roman's just too baby facey. Like I think he would be so much over as a real, like a good old fashioned baby face. Like
No,
I think
I don't know. They tried that for years.
They tried that for 4 years.
Did they try?
But
But
it didn't work.
I don't know. I just don't think it was executed properly.
They hated him from the beginning.
They did, and you know what? That kind of broke my heart, because you know when he came when they were first the Shield, like he was the shit, dude. He was like they focused on him. I mean, you got fucking John Moxley, fucking whatever.
I mean, I always said he's the one out of the three that fits the WWE mold, like big guy, charming, attractive, tough. Yeah. Even though I would argue Seth is obviously Seth's a better promo, and Seth I think can have better matches with anyone. I
think Seth's a little better worker. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think he is. But Tim, I want to get behind Roman, but I just never could. I fucking love the Usos, man. They're fucking great.
Yeah.
I probably met them too. Like I said, they were all kids when I mean, I'm talking like, you know, little kids. Like, you know, they're fucking around, beating the shit out of you, punching you in the nuts. Like that's what I remember. All these kids, like they were all little.
Well, we met them. And Jackson, they were cool. They were real nice. So.
Oh, they're super nice dudes, and all the Samoans are, man. They're the sweetest people. But you know, they're the ones you want to have with you when you're in a bar fight, like because you know, anything from a sledgehammer to a bottle to anything's not going to hurt them. So doesn't matter. Right. But no, I can't get behind Roman. I'm glad they broke up the bloodline. We need something new. Like this whole head of the table tribal chief bullshit. It was just getting. It was too much for me. They didn't execute it right.
I got to disagree with you there. I
appreciate him
when he came back 2.5 years ago, when he left during COVID and started this whole bloodline run. I feel like that was the reset that Roman needed for his career, because
I liked it at first, but like I said, it just got stale, man. It got stale, and I believe at the end it was poorly executed. Like it wasn't I don't know. Maybe that's how it's meant to be. What do I'm not a booker.
Because I don't necessarily think it's over. Because I think Sammy is, you know, we're going to, I know Friday on SmackDown, everyone's going to be tuning in to see what the hell is going to happen. Because, like, literally Sammy and Kevin were left, like, lifeless in the ring. So we don't know what the hell is going to happen now. But,
and even the Usos are now. Will the Usos be fighting each other, or will they be fighting
Jimmy?
Roman?
It was Jay or Jimmy. Jimmy walked away, right? Or was it Jay that walked away?
Jay walked away.
Jay walked away. Like,
yeah. So that's going to be crazy. Well, let's move on real quick. Disappointment had to be the freaking Mountain Dew Lights Out match. I mean,
it was fine.
It
was. You know what? It was.
Let me talk to you.
And then Uncle Howdy missed the big spot. He missed the big spot. Jumped off the top and missed completely.
Oh, the Howdy.
Yeah, Uncle Howdy jumped off the top and missed that spot completely. Didn't even come close.
Bo Dallas or Shane McMahon, whoever it is.
Whoever the hell it is. We don't know.
Probably. I think I hear it's Bo Dallas, but they have.
I think it might. I think there's a possibility it's Shane McMahon.
Jeez, I don't know who the hell it's going to be. What else was there that night? What else was decent that night? I mean,
women's title match was good.
The women's title match was all right. It was decent. Yeah. It was decent.
Booker T.
No, Booker T was terrible. He looked awful.
He looked like
awful.
You know what he looked like? He looked like Greg the Hammer Valentine trying to break dance. Like that's what he looked like.
As Rhythm and Blues?
Yeah, as Rhythm and Blues at his age now. Like that he was seized up like a 76 toe. Like
I mean, overall, there were parts of that where I was watching. I was going, "Is Vince back in charge? Is this Vince sneaking his way back in here? What's going on here?"
I wondered the same thing.
But I guess overall it wasn't bad. I didn't think it was great. I expected, maybe I just over expected too much. I was expecting super surprises in each Rumble and this and that. And I mean, the coolest thing about the women's was, I guess, Michelle McCool hopping the fucking barrier. That was the only
That
thing
was
really,
cool.
Was really nothing else, like no major surprises. Unless you count the NXT people.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Chelsea Green. She came in from where? I don't know. But all the internet rumors were true. She's here.
Impact
and she got thrown out. She got the record for being thrown out the quickest.
Who's Chelsea Green?
Big. She was on
Zack Ryder's wife.
Yeah, she was on Impact, and where is he? He was supposed to show up and be in the match. I mean, there were no surprises at all. And
There were none.
And I didn't like it. I'm just gonna say
I think that's why they threw Booker T in at the last minute, probably because everybody either canceled or couldn't do it.
All right. Well, we're gonna see what happens Tuesday on SmackDown. But overall, Bert, what would you give the Royal Rumble then? What grade?
I mean, probably like a B-.
B-? Okay, great.
It wasn't horrible by far. Definitely.
Eric, what are you giving it? C, D, F?
Well,
W from no work.
Well, let's not go there. But you know what? Overall, I'm gonna give it a solid C+.
Okay. I'd probably give it around a B, B-, somewhere around there. Also.
Yeah. I'm not going that far, but I like the colors in the pitch black match. It was kind of fun.
That was actually pretty cool.
The stuff he did with his makeup. I thought
his makeup and the things on his ass, and LA Knight just happened to be wearing fluorescent shorts, so they glow in the dark.
Oh yeah! Wow. It's almost like he knew.
I'm just happy that he's not that feud anymore. That he can move on. Because I really like Eli Drake. Like he's really good on the mic.
Who's Eli Drake?
Yes, that's what he was when he was on the NWA.
Yeah, he was LA Knight.
Yeah. LA Knight's cool. I like him.
But this also thing wasn't resolved either, which pissed me off. I want this Uncle Howdy thing to be resolved. But I think Bliss wasn't resolved. Nothing was resolved.
Well, I think obviously they're still working on that.
Well,
I think if it's going to get resolved, it's going to get. I feel like if it's going to get resolved, it's going to be resolved at WrestleMania.
Well, yeah. I hope so, because I don't know what the hell's going on yet. I mean, I don't want to wait till WrestleMania to see who Captain Uncle. I keep saying Captain because of The Exorcist. Uncle Howdy because of I don't want to wait till WrestleMania to find out who he is or what's going on and who the fucking giant bunny is and all that stuff. I don't need to know. I don't want to wait.
Oh, that's right. They all
need to know.
Yeah, but they were all out there. All the Firefly characters are out there in real life. So, who knows?
Lives are going to be in Waylon Mercy's hands. No,
that's right. That's the way to do it. They should bring them all back together and have one big faction of Southern Reverend type lunatics. It'd be a fucking great faction.
Would be a great faction. They should have Waylon Mercy, Dan Spivey manage them.
There you go. That would be great because that's where you got the information from.
Yep.
From Bray Wyatt. So, all right. I'm very excited what's going to happen right now. I'm very excited because we're going old school, baby. We're bringing back a pay-per-view from our past, from our childhood, and we're going to knock it out. Gil, you sticking about for this one?
Yeah.
All right. We also have a very special guest, though. I think it's his first time on the show. Maybe second, maybe first.
Second. Was he on my show?
Might have been on your show. I don't know. Either way, he is becoming a slight fixture on Pop Culture. He does a lot of the Granny's PC, which is coming on following the show tonight. They're doing some more Superman stuff. But anyway, let us welcome Mr. Steve Grogan.
Hello.
What's up, man?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Got you. I always worry about my mic.
Nah, man, what's going on?
Nothing. I just finished up watching the pay-per-view, actually.
And did it bring back all kinds of great memories? And
well, this is why I do this. Like I told you, I started I don't know. I kind of became a big fan around WrestleMania 6, right? And stuck with it till maybe a little after the Lawrence Taylor one, and then I was kind of out with the Salvatore Sincere years and all that. We know that was out. But yeah, so this is kind of like just for nostalgia's sake in my wheelhouse. Like this is King of the Ring '93.
Well, give a quick. Because I always love it. When do you watch all your wrestling? Give a quick little story on how you watch all your wrestling stuff off the network.
So yeah, so I got Peacock, and when my girlfriend goes away, instead of like porn or anything else that normally people do, I get to watch wrestling because she won't watch it with me. And
Understand.
that's when I have the TV. And so when the girlfriend's away, I watch Earthquake. And hopefully she doesn't walk in on me, when I'm watching sweaty men bump up against each other.
And the best part is I'll get a text at 11 o'clock at night, like about like Earthquake or something. I'm going, fuck, Grogan's watching fucking wrestling. Lauren must be out of town. I'm getting texts that ridiculous Royal Rumble text or WrestleMania text.
I'm alone when you start hearing about Tugboat in my text.
By the way, Grogan, I'm going to bring this up to you too. I know you won't do it, but I think you should. I told you about it though.
Wow.
80s Con wrestling. I think you should go.
I know it's all about work because I work on the weekends, but shit, I'd love to go because it's funny. We were talking about like four or five wrestlers, and then before that I love that nobody knows, and they're all going to be there.
Yep, Skinner. He's a big Skinner fan.
Skinner.
Whoa,
Mr. Hughes.
Mr. Hughes. Whoa, the big cat. Wow.
They're all going to be there. I'm telling you.
Virgil.
Virgil. Met him
charge you
before.
$2,000 for an autograph.
Yeah.
one of my top two tag teams, the Beverly Brothers, are going to be there.
Wait a minute. You didn't tell me the Beverly Brothers were going to be there, Tim.
I told you the Beverly Brothers were going to be there.
Was I psyched?
You were psyched, dude. I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get somebody to go with me. That's why I'm trying to get people to go.
When is it again?
May 6th. It's a one-day event. It's Saturday. You go there early. You get the autographs. You meet the wrestlers. Then they put on a show of like indie wrestlers and a mixture of old guys. And then it's like all kinds of wacky, like a wrestling family feud. There's a karaoke contest. I guess you sing, like you said, you sing entrance music. I don't know, but it's all kinds of. But it's one day, literally one day. You're there all day.
Is there
I'm going and singing Bam Bam Bigelow's music because I think the lyrics are poignant.
I just hope like there's a Mylanta booth or like some Pepto-Bismol vendors there. Like I'm gonna need it if like Duggan's gonna
But speaking of, remember we talked about the Beverly Brothers because I didn't appreciate their finishing move, which is fucking violent beyond all hell.
The Shaker Heights Spike.
I don't know how they didn't cripple half the roster with that move.
Listen, they have the single greatest, funnest theme music ever. Their second theme music is the best ever.
I don't remember it. You want to look it up, Grog? I know you do.
Well, while you guys are BSing, I shall dig that gem out of the ass of the internet.
And then you got to have didn't they have the Genius doing like intros for them, like the Brothers Beverly, and like then you have
Owen Wood,
the poems and shit.
Speaking of the Genius, he will be there because Macho Man is winning an award at this convention also, which is another reason why I have to go. So I'm just throwing it out there, people. Just throwing it out.
What small town is this?
Morristown, New Jersey.
Okay.
Some kind of big arena. So I'm just saying. By the way, Steve Steve, you guys haven't met.
What's up, man?
Oh, nice meeting you, brother.
All right, so let's get shaking. Because King of the Ring '93, the first one of its kind. The only king before that we had was Jerry Lawler and I believe
Harley Race.
Oh, Harley Race.
Yeah.
How did Harley Race become king, by the way? You just said it one day, I'm king?
He just called himself king.
No, he was like an 8-time NWA champion. Like in the wrestling world, other than the WWF, he was like it.
So when he came to WWF, he's like, I'm the king?
Vince made him the king.
Okay.
Haku was in there too, though, somewhere. Remember
He
there was the King Haku, and then Jim Duggan, I think. Well, I mean, it kind of floated around.
The whole king.
Official.
Yeah, because once the tournament started, whoever won, then if you put the crown on the line, then you became the king after you beating somebody. Oh, there you go. He's gonna play it. Go ahead, play it.
Well, I'm gonna try to get us. It's shared, but we can still all see each other. So I did it. So
okay, let's violate some copyright.
For over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
Can you hear it?
That's right.
This is the best ever. The best. I want this. Tim, if we can get it copyrighted, I want this to the intro to my show. This is what you're going to introduce me in. Now, let me turn it down a little so we can talk. I'm not turning.
It's like a mixture of like porn music and something from like Vision Quest. Remember the movie Vision Quest in the 80s?
Yes.
Throw in like Blockbusters, the game show, and you got it.
Oh.
All right, Eric. 15 seconds. I was violating copyright. 15 seconds.
Am I at 15? Oh man, it's my favorite.
I know. See, you guys will get along because you like the weird tag teams, like the fucking Beverly Brothers and Skinners, and you know.
Power and Glory and the Beverly Brothers are my top two.
Power and Glory.
Power and Glory were cool.
Oh Lord. All right, let's jump into the King of the Ring '93. I watched this today also. I had a lot of fun watching it actually this morning. I watched it in the elevator because that's what I do all day. And people are like, dude, are you watching fucking 80s wrestling? I was like, yeah, I am, motherfucker, represent. But it was 93 wrestling technically, so they could all suck it. Terzio's popping in with just one line, Demolition. Yes, Terzio. Yes.
They're going to be there.
They're going to be there also.
We met them, though, didn't we?
Yeah, but you can get a Demolition, Power of Pain rivalry picture if you go. Both of them.
Fuck yeah.
Come on.
Is Beefcake going to be there?
Yes, he is. So you can go fight him.
I'm fucking fighting him.
We got to talk about whatever that is.
Eric
Grogan, oh my God, don't get me started on it tonight. Oh my God, that's another. You can come on my show, dude, and ask anything you want. We'll go deep down a rabbit hole. We won't come back.
Okay.
He just hates Brutus Beefcake, so
I'm kind of with that because I just watched WrestleMania 9 because, like I told you, I've been doing all this in order, and like he's just like a Hogan blower, and
he is. He's a cunt.
All the way.
He's a complete cunt, and I can't fucking stand him. I've caught him, Grogan. Okay, I have caught him. Oh no, I gotta say this. I've caught him in 3 lies in the last 2 months. I fucking went on YouTube. He was doing a goddamn shoot interview with this guy in England, lying his fucking ass off about the Ultimate Warrior, about fucking who else was he lying about? Well, everything. He was lying about everything.
The Hogan incident, yeah.
Oh, the Hogan incident with the black eye. So I said, you know what? You know what, motherfucker? I'm going to cross fucking reference everything you say. So I went back and found shoot interviews, multiple ones where people were going. So even Bruce Pritchard, the fucking liar, he was actually telling the truth about what happened. Honky Tonk Man did, and Cornette did. And I got 3 different, and Kevin Nash did too. So I got 4 points of reference to fucking go back on that guy so I can call him out. Okay, I'm coming down, Tim. That's it. I'm doing it. I'm coming down.
That's it.
Wait, can you wait till the end of the day, though? I don't want to get thrown out in the beginning. I want to get thrown out at the end.
No, just keep me away from him the whole time. And then at the end say, hey, I just heard Beefcake talking about the Ultimate Warrior. Then I'll fucking freak out. Like,
oh, by the way, you two also have an affinity for a certain Texas wrestler.
Von Erich?
Kerry Von Erich, yeah, we talked about. I've commented on this show. I don't think I've ever been on this show, but I've commented on it. We've talked about the Kerry Von Erich thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You two are the biggest fucking Texas Tornado fans I know, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, that because we're in New York. I'm sure in Texas there's people that have like statues of them in their fucking house.
Oh, yeah, of course. They're gods there, of course.
I actually saw somebody with all the Von Erichs tattooed on them.
Nice.
Tattoos are stupid.
Worked at a truck stop.
All right, so let's get going. King of the Ring '93, very first one. Now look, the first match off the bat was not on the network, and I'm very pissed off because we had ourselves Papa Shango defeating Owen Hart for the USWA Unified World Heavyweight. What the fuck is that? Can anyone explain that to me?
Yes,
I know you can. What is that?
You got it.
No. I like I said, I know Eric can, but I did read that they were trying to do some crossover thing, but he'll have more info on it. So
back in the early '90s, part of the reason is she burning sage. It's getting worse. I'm gonna destroy your house. So anyway, so back in the early '90s, when Jerry Jarrett got hired, they were doing a cross-promotion thing with the USW. Okay, so the USWA is the Continental Wrestling Association and the World Class combined, because Jerry Jarrett bought the World Class from Fritz back in like 88, 89. So USWA was born out of that. So, and they wrestled in the Sportatorium, as a matter of fact, until they brought it back up to Memphis. Anyway, when Jerry Jarrett came up, when the steroid trial came on, A lot of talent sharing was going on. And what did Bunker say? Eric DHD, what's that mean?
Well, you meant PhD, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bunker, I know Eagles too. You want to talk Eagles?
Oh God.
So anyway, I don't know. Bunker likes the Eagles. So anyway, they did cross promoting. Papa Shango came from the USWA. He was the Soul Taker, and ADHD. I agree with that. So he was the Soul Taker, and they turned him into Papa Shango for the WWF, and probably he was the champion because, like I said, Savage would go down. This is where now you guys want to deep dive into something crazy. 92, 93 or some 93. Vince was a heel in USWA, and he was Mr. McMahon 7 years before he was Mr. McMahon. You guys
really?
Well, he did that in Memphis too, right?
That's where it is, Memphis. Yeah,
yeah.
He had the USWA, but he goes, "I'm the USWA champion."
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm Vince McMahon." Dude, it was great. But he was like babyface looking Vince McMahon, like the growth hormone was just starting to make him younger again. So the coif and everything.
Blue suit.
So, yeah.
Blue suit,
yeah. But yeah, that's what that was. That's probably what that was. Because like I said, they did cross promoting with USWA with Smoky Mountain.
But do you remember seeing this match ever? I don't remember even seeing this match ever.
I saw it.
So what do I
saw? It was on a Coliseum. It was on one of the Coliseum videos.
Oh, Coliseum video is all over this one. They mentioned Coliseum video a lot during this goddamn pay-per-view.
I know somebody that has the entire VHS collection.
It's money. It's money. All right, let's get to the first tournament match. We have Grumpy Bret Hart taking on Razor Ramon, the bad guy.
Hey yo.
And by the way, I want to point out that Bret Hart only wins by small package or roll-ups or like weird wacky ass moves like that because he's the excellent execution. Just want to point that out. Anything about this match? Let's talk about the match. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was good.
It was a good match.
But can I talk again about how Savage is a terrible commentator?
Go ahead. Grogan is very upset about Macho Man was commentating at this time.
I love Macho Man.
I'm not going to defend him. I'm not going to defend him because I know he wanted out. He wanted out. He didn't want to be there in the announcing chair.
I love Macho Man, but you got
Razor's in for a fight.
Yeah, you got these guys Bret Hart, he grew up in a wrestling family, and then someone else is like, Bret Hart does this, Bret Hart does this, and they're like, Macho Man, he's like, okay, Hitman, let's do it. Like, what the fuck? And then he actually said this. I wrote it down during that match. He goes, come on, Bret, you have a 15-minute time limit. Razor Ramon has the same 15-minute time limit. Thanks. What the fuck?
That's great. Listen, no one can suck at announcing like Macho Man, okay? He was the best at sucking. I just want to put that out there right now.
The best worst, yes.
He's the best worst. So, but overall, yeah, man, what a great match I thought it was. I mean, this is the kind of shit that, that you said Eric likes to promote. Actual wrestling from back in the day.
Yeah.
That was the freaking main event of the Royal Rumble, earlier that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the first.
And that was the first freaking throwaway match.
Yeah. Bret Hart wins by a roll up. Rolls him over for a win. Gets 1, 2, 3. Razor Ramon was not happy. He was. What are they saying over here? Are they watching him in a commentary? Because he was moving to the youth movement.
Yeah.
So he put him behind the bench, and then eventually Macho Man said, "Fuck your youth, I'm leaving," and he went to WCW.
Second generation wrestlers.
Which was not too long after this. He left
before he put Crush over WrestleMania.
Before he put Crush over, and then the rumors started in after he left
about Stephanie.
Yeah, I don't think it's even true.
Yeah,
I don't care if he did. Good for you, my brother.
Good for him.
Yeah. Even though she's only 15. It's all right.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all right.
Guess what? I'm not going to jail because I'm dead. Yeah.
Exactly. Prison? No, don't worry about it. All right. Second round match. And again, this is another dude I really love, man. Mr. Perfect. I love going back and watching his old stuff. He defeats Grogan, I'm sorry, but he defeated Mr. Hughes with Harvey Wippleman by disqualification because Mr. Hughes decides I'm going to use this stolen Undertaker urn and whack Mr. Perfect right in front of the referee.
Mr. Hughes dominated the entire fucking match.
Oh, he did, actually. He did.
Dude, Curtis Hughes is a fucking beast, man.
And what's his background? Is he football? What is he from, that dude?
Yeah, he was Grogan on the Falcons?
Shit. What was it?
Or the Bengals?
Shit.
Yeah, no.
I read about him.
I think you're right, but he was an ex-football, real deal.
Yeah.
And great big guy, 6'7", 350 or something. He's fucking huge.
Yeah.
And if you look at his early WCW matches, that's where I first saw him. He wore just red trunks, and he was just like, he's Curtis Big Cat Hughes.
Yeah.
Then he came back as Mr. Hughes.
I mean, did he wear a full suit and sunglasses during his match?
Not in the beginning, no. Not in the beginning.
Bitch. Well, I don't want that guy.
Sunglasses through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I read his last match was, I forgot who he was wrestling, but his glasses broke into his eyes and Vince cut him.
I was going to say. How long is it going to take before your glass stuck in your eye?
I think it was the next year,
Yeah.
All right, so they moved on by disqualification. Next match we have, Bam Bam Bigelow defeats Hacksaw Jim Duggan in a quarterfinal match. 5-minute match. Very quick.
And they're hyping the fact that Hacksaw Jim Duggan, okay, I'm going, again, Savage.
I want to hear all the notes. Believe me, I want to hear.
I do too. I got to hear it.
I'm going for Mr. USA, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, as if Bam Bam Bigelow's from fucking New Jersey, like it's a communist country.
Separate country.
And then I think it was they were talking about this is good. This is gonna be like a real slugfest, and he's like, they're slugging it out for sure, and he's like Jason Bateman in Dodgeball.
Yeah,
he's like
Randy Savage, so it's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh my god.
Next one up. I thought this one was hysterical. Actually, it's supposed to be the lead up. Lex Luger versus Tatanka, and both of them were undefeated coming into this match. Undefeated.
Tatanka had a big push at this time. It's great.
He did actually. And I heard someone say I'm going after the Indian. Like they actually said the Indian, and I started cracking up laughing. Just called him the Indian. I was like, okay.
Was it Michaels?
Was it Michaels? I don't think it was Michaels. I think it was someone else. I'm taking the Indian or something like that. I was like, whoa.
Well, it's just bad to keep saying the Native American and the undefeated Native American. Look at the Native American doing his dance, and the Native American is going to chop it. I was like, Jesus, leave it alone.
But let me ask you both a question because I don't remember this. This might have slipped out of my mind. They forced Lex Luger to wear a brace. Usually, they're forcing you to take these things off. Mike Sharp, your Cowboy Bob Orton's, but they're forcing him to put one on. Is this the bionic elbow thing we're talking about?
Which I didn't know started that early.
Yeah, me neither. Is that what that was?
I think so.
Was he narcissist?
He's narcissist. Right? He was narcissist. Yeah, he started the match with the mirror still in the ring, actually, which I thought was hysterical. No. But so you're telling me his elbow was so powerful, they made him put a fucking an armband on?
That was his finish. It was that spinning elbow shit, right?
They're not as powerful as these hiccups. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, right.
Wow.
But when you're fighting for America later on and you're a good guy, it's cool.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right. That kind of threw me off. I was like, what are they making him put a pad on for? Then I kind of remembered the whole bionic elbow thing. I was like, oh, hey.
And why is this? I'm sorry. The name's fucking losing me. It's Heenan, Savage, and who's the other commentator?
Was it Jim Ross?
Jim Ross.
No. Yeah.
Jim Ross talks about Lex Luger. It says he had a 3.8 GPA. Why does he know that? And how smart he is.
Like, he had a 3.8 GPA. I'll tell you.
GPA.
Well, that was pre Bell's palsy, right? That's what when JR talked like this.
Well, yeah.
Lex Luger's a hell of a blue chipper. Hell of a blue chipper.
Really smart.
Yeah. You know what the best was? When JR was calling like a Steiner's match.
Oh
my God, Frankensteiner, Steiner line. It's like,
I'll tell you, there's nobody stronger than the Steiner brothers. I'll tell you that.
I'll take it to you. I know that. I'll take it to you.
Yeah.
Well, that
Then
match
it
ended in a draw, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, had to, right? Because they were both undefeated. Because Ludwig Borga fucking
In a
did the whole-
15-minute draw.
15-minute draw.
If you're gonna have a
top
draw,
guys.
you can go 10 minutes. Come on. You have to
You
go
don't see
15
them
minutes.
anymore. No, Luger was blown up. Did you see him? He was fucking Jesus Christ. No
I
more
don't-
oxygen left in the building.
I don't know if you watched the in between match. You're the one who watched it the most because you watched it today, like I did. Did you watch the in between interviews between the matches?
Oh, that's what I look forward to the most, to see who really sucks at it. And,
Did you see Mean Gene be a real dick?
Yeah. With
He-
the but
With
with
Bret Hart,
Martin.
Bret Hart, and Mr. Perfect, they're getting ready to wrestle each other. And he's like, "Come on in," and Bret Hart, you said that you'd rather wrestle Perfect than Mr. Hughes, and he goes, "Well, I said that because," and he pulled the mic away from Bret. He's like, "No, you said
Yeah.
you would rather wrestle." He's like, "Yeah, but it's because I find him respectful." No, I think
No.
he's like,
You called Mr. Perfect a pussy. I heard.
Yeah,
it.
I was like, "Yo, I've never seen Mean Gene be a dick before."
Yeah.
And then-
He's trying to sell it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was his last pay-per-view, wasn't it?
Maybe, yeah, because he went to also WCW right after
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
they all were,
93.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, though, I was like, I never saw Mean Gene be a dick. He was poking fucking Mr. Perfect in the ass, like, dude. Get going.
He might have hit the airport bar a little early that day.
Yeah, then it was like, oh, second generation wrestlers. Did your fathers ever wrestle each other? Who won that one?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you never beat my father. You never beat my dad. My dad's bigger than your dad. Well, my dad's
Yeah, I
bigger
know.
than
It's like a 5-year-old fucking fight.
I was like, what is going on here? But I thought it was great. I thought it was real great, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those two fought. I get now here. I'm not gonna go crazy over it, but if you, we always talk about this, especially Eric. If you're gonna show kids a match about wrestling,
Yep.
show them fucking Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. What a phenomenal match!
There you go.
What an outstanding. This is what professional wrestling was all about back in the day. You don't get tired of watching those matches. It was a fucking great match.
20 minutes and it goes like that. Like it's
20
not even-
minutes and it ends
You
in
don't even feel the time.
another
And-
reverse fucking whatever the hell it was.
And they're doing chain wrestling, stalling, and you're still like, ugh. It's like you're, yeah.
There's
Yeah,
another.
those guys they pick a body part and they work on it as if it's like
Yep. Yeah.
as if it matters, and it's really technical wrestling. I mean, that's
I mean, it was
100%.
it was outstanding. It was that's the only match I think I watched like all the way through without like, oh, this is bullshit. I watched the whole thing. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we take a little break from the tournament to have this match, which as we all know, this was going to be Hogan's last match because the youth movement was coming. He was rematch against Yokozuna after stealing the title away from Yoko and Bret Hart and at the last WrestleMania and getting punched in the eye by Macho Man. I don't care what the fuck him or Brutus Beefcake say. I punched him in the eye. I don't care what he says.
Had to bring it up. You had to bring it up.
I'm always going to bring it up because that's horse shit. The guy's
It is
dead.
horse shit.
Admit it. That's why they won't admit it because Macho Man is dead. Otherwise, they'd be like, "Oh well, he's still alive. We can't fix this story." But now that he's dead, those two idiots are going to keep lying about who got punched in the eye. Just admit you got punched in the eye. What's the big deal? Everyone else knows it. Just admit it. Don't be a pussy.
Exactly. Macho kicked his ass. Get over it.
So,
Fucking-
where's my wife? She's not here. Bang! That's it. That's all you got. That's the
Bang.
whole story.
Hogan got he got punked. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Hogan.
Can we talk about how Mean Gene said the most ridiculous statement ever in that interview with Hogan before the match?
Go for it.
He said that he's an American hero and he's quite possibly the greatest hero, quote, in the history of the planet.
The planet.
The planet.
Whoa.
Hogan can beat Jesus.
Well, in 1985, he probably could have. 86,
Yeah, I mean, he looked pretty buff back then. I don't think Jesus could stand a chance on that one, but
Jesus was a cruiserweight, so I don't know if he would be able to handle the 24-inch guns.
maybe Noah he could have, or whoever, but not yeah.
Oh well, this was the very famous, and Bobby Heenan cracks me up. Of course, the camera blew up in his face. Okay, Bobby, the camera blew up in his face. We had the photographer on the ringside. Hogan walks over, tells him to get off. Fire. Yoko takes advantage, chopped to the throat, drops his fat leg on him, gets the pin. Hulk Hogan's not seen again until 2003 or whatever it was. Again,
Yeah, 10 years, man.
13 minutes that took.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
And I love how all Yokozuna's shit back then had like photographers from around the world. They did that at WrestleMania 9 too. Like Vince had somebody go around and say, "You're Asian. You want to pretend you're a photographer from fucking Japan? Here's a camera. We'll bring you to the front row."
He's from fucking Cleveland. Works at McDonald's in Cleveland.
You want a front row seat? You're a cameraman from Japan now.
That's it.
You're Asian.
Just say Yokozuna a lot. That's it.
Don't you dare speak a word of English.
Oh, that's fucking great. So yeah, Hogan loses. Yokozuna's 2-time world champion. The match was there because Hogan was he needed his film Thunder in Paradise.
I mean, in fact, Hogan still pulled him over.
He did. He had to.
He wouldn't put Brett over.
I know.
He wouldn't put Brett over.
Hey, Yoko. Oh, Yoko. I love Yoko, brother. He's cool, man. He's cool, man.
That's because Hogan stands there like freaking jury duty, like a lawyer at jury duty, and just picks his guys. He's like, this guy's fat. And all he has to do is, will he snap his head back really far if I punch him and kick him in the face? Cool. Will he stand there?
He's John Gotti's lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I'll hurt my back body slamming him. I'll body slam him again, and he'll take it, and blah, blah, blah. Done.
Yep.
He needs fat guys. He can't do a Bret Hart match and make it look good.
No.
I think that's a big problem with them.
I think that's why he wouldn't do a whole thing with Perfect. He only did one match with him?
Yep.
Yeah, make him look dumb.
I believe that. He has to be like a giant slayer, and that's it.
Yep.
I mean, it makes sense because you look at Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect was jacked, but he wasn't huge. Same thing with Bret. Bret was never a big guy either. So I can see why Hogan didn't want to necessarily.
But he was so fucking afraid of these guys making him look bad. Come on, dude. You're not a fucking real wrestler. You're there to do. You fucking flex and you do this, and everyone loves it. You're over. Why not get into the ring with a guy who
I think back then you had like skinny intercontinental guys. Your Shawn Michaels, your Bret, your Perfect, and whatever. And then you had your heavyweight world champion guys.
Yeah.
And it was a slow transition to get Bret Hart in there and then Michaels, to get where you didn't have to be jacked on roids to hold the belt.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of jacked on roids, we have the Steiner brothers.
There you go.
Teaming up with the Smoking Guns to take on Money Inc. and the Head Shrinkers. There's a couple Samoans for you, Grogan.
Yeah.
This was only $6.49. They have an 8-man tag match. You don't think it's going to go that, but this is like just a big fucking battle royal.
Wait a minute. It only went 6 minutes and 49 seconds.
6:49.
So that's like 40,
tag.
That's like 43 seconds a wrestler.
Meanwhile, Tatanka and Lex Luger get a 15-minute draw.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You got two guys. Okay, so you got the Steiner brothers who are collegiate NCAA wrestlers. You got the Samoans who are the two toughest probably guys in that ring. You got DiBiase and Mike Rotunda, who's an NCAA tough guy.
Yeah.
And who Smoking Guns? Oh, we got Billy and Bart. Well, they were like barroom tough.
Yeah.
Where am I going with this?
It was a time pusher. It was a time pusher. That's all.
Yeah, it's a time pusher, yeah.
You know what I see in this ring? I see a lot of $2 steaks in this ring. A lot of tough guys. Good shippers.
We cut to the backstage. One of my personal favorite times in history. This was the reveal of Kevin Nash as Diesel, and Shawn Michaels actually revealed his name for the backstage. This is Diesel. He runs on gas. Blah 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 blah. He's the bodyguard. It was all right. But
you did say that. It was really awkward.
As a Kevin Nash fan, I thought, yeah. But once he said, because Diesel makes the trucks go, and I was like, dude, just say Diesel. Don't get into a fucking long explanation. You don't need the explanation.
Yeah, Shawn, just stop.
Yeah.
Call him Diesel.
Anyway, Shawn Michaels
Diesel. Like Vince would say.
He ends up defending the Intercontinental title against Kona Crush. Eric's boy.
My guy, yeah. I'm a huge Kona Crush.
I know you love some Crush guy.
Brian Adams was great. One of my all-time faves.
Okay.
This is an 11-14 match, and it wasn't a bad match at all. I liked it. No. I kind of dug it.
It was good.
No. Michaels is always good to watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now this
Michaels can work with a broomstick.
Literally. But this match has the pleasure of being finished by not one doink, but double doink. That's right. double doink.
That's where the two. Okay, Steve Lombardi. All right,
that's their words, by the way, not mine, because they said double doink, and I was like, okay. So here comes Doinks, double doink down the aisle, real slow, smoking cigars. Is that like 1990s for Evil?
Yeah.
Oh, they're smoking.
Yeah.
Evil.
Yeah.
Evil.
Harvey Whippleman. Yeah,
because they got cigars, so they're evil. I was
That's
like,
true.
okay,
we're gonna demonize smoking.
Yeah, so I thought it was fucking hilarious. Crush turns his back, sees double doink. Shawn Michaels super kicks him in the back of the fucking head, which I thought was great. You don't see that too often.
No,
that's a good one.
Fucking rolls him up, gets the win. I thought that was fantastic. And then Crush doesn't even. But the best part was he didn't even sell it really. He got pinned, hopped up, and took off after double doink. So it wasn't really. It was a sell, but it wasn't a sell. It was like.
I was reading that the second doink was Skinner, by the way.
Yeah, Steve Kern. Yeah, definitely. He did doink a lot.
Yeah.
Eric knows all the doinks, Krogan. If you want to talk about
every doink.
Who doinked when?
Which, I got a lot of kids, so
the doinks. So then the final match. Bret Hart defeats Bam Bam Bigelow, and I find it. Let me tell you something. I find this a coincidence. You saw the habit. Luna Jean comes out and delivers one of the worst chair shots in the history of mankind. Worse than any of Hogan's chair shots ever. Hits Bret Hart with the belt, the chair. He goes back in the ring. It doesn't end right away. Bam Bam beats him up a little more, gets the pin, match is over, and all of a sudden, fucking Hebner comes running in from the back, says, No, this is what just happened. Does this remind anybody of the AFC fucking championship game that just happened this weekend? Where you got the extra where the fucking Chiefs got an extra 3rd and 9 for no reason? I swear to God, it was the same thing to me. Because it's like, what just happened? The match ended 15 minutes ago. Now Hebner runs out and is like, oh, no. You got to restart that match. But
they don't restart. They don't restart the fire in the face Hogan match.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was so weird.
You can't do that. No,
and it didn't happen right away. It's like if you would have threw him in the ring and Bam Bam just sat on him and pinned him, then the ref comes out and says, No, they cheated. This is what happened. But it's like throw Bret back in.
There we go.
Okay,
lyrical genius.
So imagine
I'm pretty sure Paul McCartney wrote this.
Yes, but imagine singing that at karaoke.
Yeah.
Now you're standing around for 5 minutes until the next one comes up.
It would just be me like this.
No, but am I right though? Was that a little odd that the way it ended?
It was.
Yeah, they should have done that pinfall and then the reversal because it's not consistent.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, it did remind me of the what just happened this weekend.
And I know the thing with Bret Hart. Okay, listen. Because I've read a lot of his shit lately where he tries to tell a story in his matches and multiple kickouts at the end and create the drama and the tension and all this shit, okay? But even after the first match, I mean, he does this thing. Every match he does, he looks exhausted. To further, there's no reason to be out of breath at the end of a 5-minute match for drama, to look like a chick at the end of a 100-dude gangbang. You know what I mean? There's no reason for that.
Well, this last match went 18-11.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty long.
It did a Broadway. No shit.
18-11, and he did 19 with Mr. Perfect, and then he
did like 40 minutes that night,
and then he did 10.5 with Razor Ramon.
But he just kept pushing. I'm exhausted, so I'm here. And fucking Jim Ross is like, oh, he's courageous and blah blah blah. Every time someone sweats, they're courageous.
Yeah.
And then he gets crowned, and that starts the big rivalry with fucking Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler comes out as I'm the real goddamn king, and he called him Burger King, and that's how he became the Burger King. And it was a pretty insane thing to watch.
Yeah, who knew? Like Canadians, let alone Bret Hart, had a sense of humor like that. Like,
Yeah,
are there any funny?
I don't think Bret Hart wrote that. Someone probably
told
him, call him Burger King. Why? Just fucking do it, Bret. Shut up and do it. Oh, Grumpy Bret. I want to meet Grumpy Bret at WrestleCon. And have him sign my belt, my Winged Eagle belt. I'm going to try to get all the people who have the Winged Eagle to sign that belt. Well, those who are alive, I should say.
Also, like we said, like with the interviews and shit, Bret Hart's the worst.
He is.
Yeah.
He's bad.
Mr. Perfect, you're not that perfect. And that's it.
That's why they had the Anvil and fucking Jimmy Hart all those years, because they were the ones who did all the best talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
dude, how great was the Anvil when he was on like 6 different pills? That was so fucking great. That was so fucking great.
Yeah.
He was great.
And like, you know, everybody confirmed, like Iron Sheik, oh, A to the Z, Jim did it, Jim of the Neidhart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not good for business, Iron Sheik. He'll just lay out everybody, all the drugs that everyone's ever done. He don't care. He just fucking starts yapping. He's worse than Bret Hart.
The Hart Foundation is also one of those themes where it's like, you know, it's a thing of 80s, 90s wrestling where if you're fat, you're powerful.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're skinny, you're agile.
You're the agile. Yeah, you're the.
If
Yeah,
you do a headlock, you're technical.
Yep.
Well, when I was a kid, it was I had a little goatee, so I was the Anvil, and Ron had long slicked hair, so he was the Hitman. Simple as that.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. All right, so you know what? I like this. We had a lot of fun with this one. Grogan, I think you should keep watching all these and come back on, and we'll start talking about the old ones, especially when we start getting to the ridiculous ones.
Yeah, the old ones, I mean, that's all I know. Like, you guys, I watch you guys, and listen, it's enjoyable even to watch you guys, even though I have no idea who you're talking about with the recent Royal Rumble, but it's, you know, but the old stuff is the stuff I know best.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I said, while you continue on your journey while Lauren's out of town, if next week you want to come on with another pay-per-view, let me know which one, and we'll discuss that one next week.
Yeah, oh, Grogan, Grogan, you got a Lauren too?
No, I got a Courtney.
A Courtney. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm getting you two confused. And I don't know your girlfriend's name, Gil. So don't tell me because I'll be calling everyone that name too. So
I know what it is, Gil. I know what it is. Don't tell. Can I tell him what it is?
That's fine.
Ophelia. Huh?
Her name is Ethel.
No. It'd be great if it was Corinne because it would be Courtney and Lauren like mixed.
That's true.
That would be. Yeah, that'd be it.
I apologize to Courtney and Lauren for mixing you guys up. I'm just. I had a rough.
Don't apologize to Lauren.
I had a rough ride home, so it's okay. But yeah, so that's going to wrap us up for tonight. Coming up Joe Grogan's doing double duty tonight. He's actually going to stick around for Granny's PC. They're doing some more cool Superman stuff. Actually, they're not doing cool Superman stuff. They're doing Steel. Sorry, Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh.
So I apologize. Yeah. I apologize ahead of time.
Dude, it's fucking terrible. I'm about to. I might not even go on because I'm protesting.
All right, so Grogan may not be on next Granny's PC
fuck
because
that's
how bad it is. What are you playing now?
What are you playing this out?
Oh, the Beverly Brothers. Come on.
All right, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. All I'm gonna say is. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
See you next week.